Hi, my name is Sabi Ahmed and I'm the UN Ambassador for Canada. Canada has a lot of water that they can use for drinking, sanitation, and a lot more. But unfortunately today there are huge issues worldwide that don't have access to clean water and don't have proper sanitation. Now you guys already know that. My fellow UN members, we have set several different goals to reach by the end of a certain time. But have we achieved those goals? Have we had any significant progress towards those goals? And unfortunately, the answer is no. I am here to propose some new ideas on Canada's behalf to finally put an end to this. Now, Canada will not be paying or funding to these ideas and solutions. These are just simple ideas that we are trying to help and make sure everything goes well. Now sit back, relax, and drink your clean water as I give you a solution for an age-old problem: lack of access to water and proper sanitation. Now let's start off with the short-term solution. A possible short-term solution is creating a water source. The way we would create a water source is by drilling a hole into the ground and pumping out the groundwater. Now the groundwater is naturally protected by bacterial contamination, which helps so much because it makes it a lot safer and a lot cleaner. Groundwater also comes in handy in droughts, as seen in California. After doing some more research, we found out that it only costs $50,000 per groundwater drill. $50,000 is a not bad price, as the people in the area/region will have a water source and can depend on themselves. A lot of people can drink water from the groundwater and it will last several years, up to 50 to 100 years, depending on how many people there are and how much the water is being used. Now the reason this is a short-term goal is because you will eventually run out of water, which is one of the disadvantages. Another disadvantage is that it is a little costly for countries that cannot afford it. Some countries may be a little poor or might be in poverty and they won't be able to afford a groundwater pump. Now some advantages of this solution is that the area that is dependent on the groundwater source will be able to depend on themselves instead of being dependent on other countries. Now the countries that are using the groundwater pump can finally use this water for clean drinking water and proper sanitation and proper hygiene, which will improve their health a lot. Now the countries using this water can use the water to feed their animals. Now from feeding the animals means more animals, which can possibly boost their economy by making milk from them, using meat from them, and selling the animal. The youth will then get a new skill and get some income on them, which can then lead them paying for their proper education. All of this comes from by just using a groundwater pump. Now the time you've all been waiting for. The answer to your age-old problem. The salsa to your tortilla. The bread to your butter. The long-term solution. Let me introduce to you the Sono water filter. This cheap, cost-effective, and locally grown filtration device kills deadly arsenic contaminations from water. Now water from wells is very seriously contaminated with deadly diseases, which exposed 35 to 77 million people in Bangladesh to arsenic contamination and poisoning, which then causes skin diseases, cancer, and even worse, death. Abdul Hassam, a chemistry professor at George Mason University, he has recognized the catastrophe of water contamination and the deadly diseases from water. Therefore, he created the Sono water filter. In 2006, the Sono water filters in Bangladesh had gotten rid of a lot of arsenic poison, as well to increase the access to clean water to about 23 million Bangladeshi. The Sono water filter is a large bucket filled with sand, gravel, iron, and charcoal, which filters out the arsenic contamination, the poisoning, and the bacteria. The simple design only costs $35 and filters out 100 liters, which is 26 gallons of water each day. And the system is super reliable as it will last for 14 years.
What's that? Facts? What's that? Facts? What's that? Facts?
Now, some disadvantages of this solution is that it is a little difficult to place. It takes some time and you need some professional workers, which may add onto the cost. Also, it is hard to create a lot of them at once, so to make a high production rate of the Sono water filter. If we were to invest more into them and build factories and have an actual production rate to create these products, maybe we could bring the price a little lower and make them at a greater rate. Also, they're very difficult to transport to the areas of need as they're pretty big, they're heavy. This company could work with another company, a transportation company, and ask them for help to get their products into the areas of need. So some advantages of this solution are that it is very cost effective. For $35, you're getting 14 years of guaranteed water, about 100 liters a day. This can solve a huge problem.
It's a huge problem. The huge problem. That is a huge problem.
Huge big problem. They can use the original dirty water and clean it through these Sono water filters and finally have clean drinking water, water they can use for hygiene and proper sanitation. Like I said before, it also takes out contamination, diseases, and bacteria out of the water, which is a huge plus. And for what you're paying and what you're getting back, 100 liters of water and 14 years of guarantee, it is definitely worth the price. I have given you guys the solution for an age-old problem: having access to clean drinking water, proper sanitation, and proper hygiene. Now, the short-term solution was to create a groundwater pump and pump the water out of the earth, which is a pretty good idea. It is a short-term solution, it has a lot of good advantages, and it has its fair share of disadvantages. The groundwater pump is not too expensive, pretty efficient for what you're getting, and it's definitely a good idea. Now, for the long-term solution, the Sono water filters is a spectacular idea. You're getting a lot for what you're paying for, only $35 per filter, which creates 100 liters of water. What you're paying for and what you're getting back is definitely worth it. Fellow UN members, I hope you guys do consider these solutions, and hopefully you will try the solutions. And thank you for your time. Of using existing water and cleaning it